I want to talk a little bit about Lab 3. There's a few things that I need to talk to you about. We're going to use Wireshark. Some of you have Wireshark in a virtualization or a VM, and you can do this within your VM network as well. However, we're going to look at packets going across your network, and Wireshark is free and open source packet analyzer, and it's also used for networking, troubleshooting, analysis, software, and communication protocol development, and so forth. You can look at some more free documentation, and there's a lot of tutorials out there on Wireshark as well. And this is sort of like a little tutorial. It's a lab, and so I just want you to answer some questions, and maybe if it asks you to take a screenshot, do that as well. There's two parts to this lab, and the first one you're going to capture some packets. And it says exchange between devices in order to understand Wireshark. However, for this lab, it says they're using a wired interface. If you do not have a wired interface and you only have wireless, that's fine. You can use the Modbus PCAP file that I uploaded onto the announcements page with two other files. The Modbus file is going to allow you to see packets that were already captured and that were over a wired network. Okay, so I'm going to use the PCAP file for you. And so what we're going to do is go ahead and start Wireshark. And when you get into Wireshark, the first section here tells you a little bit about Wireshark. When you open it up, what each one of the panes are. The first one is a packet pane. Then you have packet details. The packets are what you'll see going across your network in real time if you are connected to the wired network or even a wireless one. I'll show you that too. And then the last one is what's contained in that packet. So this is your packet bytes window down at the bottom. And you can modify those and move them up and down to see more of each pane and so forth. If you don't want to see any of them, you can, it's highly configurable, so you can, just see the packet pane if you want. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, let's open up Wireshark. I am using a Mac, so if you have and I have admin rights on my machine, so I have admin access to use Wireshark. If you have a Windows machine, you might want to right-click on Wireshark and then run as admin or administrator, so that some of the commands will actually work for you in Wireshark. I found that to be the case in one area of the lab. So I'm going to go ahead and double click on Wireshark. And right now I'm using a Wi-Fi network, and it's capturing. I'll double click on it and show you where it's capturing real-time information. I'm going to move this window down a little. And so there's your three windows. Okay. So so this information is what it's capturing over my Wi-Fi network right now. Okay. So it wants you to do wired so we can see the Modbus and TCP traffic. So I'm going to stop this, and then you can do either a file save and save that packet capture, and then give it a file name and save it on your desktop, on a server, or wherever you have your, if you're a network administrator, wherever you save your packets to. And let me see, if I just close it, it's going to ask me, do you want to save the captured packets before you quit? So if you don't, if you quit without saving, all those packets that you just captured will be lost. But I don't need them at this point, so I'm going to quit without saving, but you can save and give it a file name. Okay, and it'll save that PCAP file. I'm going to quit. So I'm going to go back here, and we're going to use that Modbus file instead of running a wired packet capture. We're just going to pretend this Modbus file, we've already captured it from our network. Okay, so I'm going to double click on it. It will automatically open up Wireshark. But like I said, if you have a Windows box and you're not admin on it, right click Run as admin for Wireshark, and then open, then go to File, open your packet capture file or your PCAP file. Okay. So when we get in here, you'll see some packets, and let's go back and look at the lab. It just says click on any packet with the protocol listed as TCP to view the contents. And so let's go back over here. Just click on TCP. You can view the details here, and you can see the contents of that packet. Okay. So the next thing, it tells you a little about the packet pane. So the first in your columns, it will have the number of the packet in order, the date and time, or the timestamp, the source and the destination IPs, the protocol it's using, the length of the packet, and then it gives you some more information about the packet itself. Okay. So once you've selected a TCP packet, you can look at the details in the details pane for that particular packet. So what they want you to do on number 8 is to click the plus sign next to the second row where it reads Ethernet 2 to expand the contents. Okay, let's see. So you're in the second frame. I'm going to move it up a little. Let me make sure I'm on a TCP. There we go. The second frame, Ethernet 2, you're going to click on the little arrow. It's going to expand it. And you're going to see source and destination MAC addresses for that particular packet. And among some other things here. And so your questions are, what's the source MAC address, and from where the frame originated, and the destination MAC address. So that's what you're going to get. It's not going to look exactly like it does in the image here that's in your Lab 3 instructions. You're going to use that Modbus, and then just look at a TCP packet and go to Ethernet 2. I'll look at the destination and your source MAC address. Next, you're going to look at the third row where it says Internet Protocol. That's the Internet Protocol. We've just expanded it. And so you're going to look for the source and destination IP addresses from where the frame originated there, and the address of the device receiving the frame. Okay. And then last, you're going to go where it says Transmission Control Protocol and expand it. And answer the questions, source port and destination port as well for there. And they should be, the ports should be listed. So there's your ports right here. Okay. Last, you're going to expand the Modbus TCP and Modbus details. So we're going to see if we got Modbus down here. Let me close some of these. Okay, so you're going to look at Modbus TCP and then Modbus. Okay. And you can also create a filter in Wireshark just to view Modbus traffic. So, let's see here. And then you can also save the packet capture as well. So what I'm going to do is do, let's see, Modbus. My display filter, I want to put TCP find, and let me see, may have gotten that backwards. Let's do TCP. Modbus. Well, you're going to see TCP and Modbus. Let me see if I can do it. I think there is another way to do this too. Let me see if it'll let me do it this way. Yeah, I think it will. It may just do TCP. Anyway, you've got Modbus and TCP. And then at this point, if you are actually running a packet capture across the network, you can just save that file on your desktop as TCP1ST. Okay. And that's all for part 1, and next we will go to part 2. So all I'll need you to do is answer the questions for part 1.